Welcome to Team Rana Realty's exclusive Spotlight series. Today we're excited to introduce MetroSuite, a game-changing prefab garden suite company that's transforming how homeowners maximize their space. With MetroSuite, you can add modern, functional living spaces to your backyard effortlessly. Whether it's for family, rental income, or your personal retreat, their innovative designs fit every need. They offer three versatile models: the MetroSuite 1, a compact yet stylish solution, the MetroSuite 1 Plus, which has a little extra room to grow, and the MetroSuite 2 for when you need even more space and functionality. Stick around as we dive deeper into these models, the company, and while we speak with the CEO and founder Jacob to let you know a little bit more about what garden suites are and how they might be the perfect addition to your property. So tell me what inspired you to start MetroSuite?
Yeah, building housing is something that has been a big interest of mine since I was a young kid, and my family has a history of being in real estate.
Okay.
So my dad's a condominium builder, and my uncle owns some hotels. So there was a deep interest in exploring sort of this industry. And when the garden suite bylaws came out, it was just a really natural fit.
Yeah.
My particular interest in modular construction, so prefab in a factory, also contributed to sort of marrying the two interests. So that's how it came about.
That makes sense. And I know with the housing supply shortage, it's perfect timing to be able to provide garden suites to the community. And I think that's also why they've passed such bylaws. So tell me a little bit, you mentioned the prefab side of things. So how does the construction of the garden suites actually come about?
Mm-hmm. So the construction or the actual delivering of the homes is sort of two-pronged. We have the site work, so building the foundation, the utility connections, getting everything ready for the craning, and then we actually have the home being built itself.
Okay.
So the home is built in a factory in Quebec, and at the same time, that site work is being done. What's really interesting is that we actually build our foundations through helical piles, which are the metal piles that you may have seen here in our showroom. And then for the utility connections, we use a method called horizontal directional drilling, where basically, rather than traditionally digging out all the soil, it's a big mess, we have to crack up driveways, we actually torpedo the water, the hydro, sanitary underground into the main house. So that those two processes happen at the same time. And then when the home is ready, it's transported from the factory, and then we have a big craning day. The crane picks up the pieces and then plops it over the house onto the foundation.
Okay, got it. And I think you mentioned that the homes come in two modules. Can you explain a little bit? So in the factory, they build one part and then other part, and then they bring it together, if I understood correctly?
Yeah, so it really depends on the property. So if the property is particularly deep or the crane has a super high angle, then the home might be delivered in more than two pieces. But generally, yeah, it is two pieces. Similar to our MetroSuite 1, there's a mating line where the two modules are connected, but they're delivered separately. And the connecting work of those modules, whether two or more, is done on site after the craning. Okay. So after it's in the property.
Got it, okay. And so let's say somebody comes to you and says, okay, for sure, I'm ready to purchase, I want a garden suite. What is the beginning process like all the way up until the end where you guys come and bring the home?
So generally the first process is for us to review the property for eligibility. Okay. Once we've determined that we believe the bylaws allow for a garden suite to be built, as well as our homes fitting on the property, then we would invite the client, the homeowner, to our showroom so they can actually walk through the home and touch and feel the quality of the finishes. And once they're comfortable with what they see in our process, then we would move forward, sign the paperwork, and we would immediately go for a building permit. We would apply for a building permit and start that process that I was just mentioning.
And how long does the permitting process approximately take?
Great question. That's municipality, city specific. So in
Okay.
Toronto, it's very fast. Our experience has been under a month. We've heard good things about Mississauga as well, but it's really city specific or town specific.
Okay, got it. And then once we have the permit ready, how long would it take for the garden suite to be brought to the home? Like for including like the site, maybe excavation if things need to be done, and then the final home being finished.
So what we say is we tether from the building permit.
Okay.
So once we get a building permit, which after that point is within our control, we say about 4 to 6 months,
Okay.
fully complete, occupancy, ready to go, ready to move in. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so maybe about 6 to 8 months with the permit as well, the full process.
Yes, really, it
Approximately.
really depends on the city, but yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Okay, but that's still a very quick process. So, who is your primary target audience for MetroSuite? Who do you usually see as buyers for your garden suite?
So for the past year and a half, it's mostly been families. So multi-generational living, couples looking to build extra space for their children or for their parents. We have seen a recent pickup in interest from investors that's slowly coming back with the change in interest rates, but primarily families. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the different models that you have in MetroSuite.
So right now we have 3 models. The first is our MetroSuite 1, which is 480 square feet. We have our MetroSuite 2, which is 600 square feet. It's a 2-bed plus bath. And then our MetroSuite 1 Plus is also a 1-bed plus bath, but it's just meant for a wider property.
Okay. And sorry, that last one, what's the square footage on that one?
That one's 600 square feet.
Okay, yeah.
The MetroSuite 1 and MetroSuite 2 are meant for more skinnier properties, more narrow properties. And then the MetroSuite 1 Plus is meant for a wider property. And that particular model is really meant for someone who's looking to downsize, live in the unit, maybe rent out their main home. But they're all used in different contexts.
Got it, okay. And then what are the different price points that we're looking at?
All of our pricing's on our website. The MetroSuite 1 is $305,000 plus HST. The MetroSuite 1 Plus is $325,000 plus HST. And then the MetroSuite 2 is $335,000 plus HST. And how the pricing is structured is that we have a base price for the scope of work that we expect for most properties. And then we have a bit of an a la carte approach for site-specific items. So, for example, if there's a shed that needs to be demolished, or there's extensive utility connection work, or a panel needs to be upgraded, that's all priced on our website as well.
Okay, got it. And sorry, that base price that you mentioned, that's included, but then the additional site work is on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that base price includes everything from soup to nuts. When I say everything, I would encourage folks to read through what's included on our website. But from us getting the building permit all the way to occupancy, which includes foundation, utility connections, the craning process, the actual build, delivery of the home, occupancy ready. So really a turnkey solution.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that makes it super easy for anybody who's interested in a garden suite to not have to have the headache of doing the permitting, trying to find an architect, a builder, etc., because it's all turnkey. That's awesome.
And that includes our tear-on warranty.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. No, and that's okay. So, the additional fees that you mentioned for site work, of course, is dependent on the property and what's there. Have you noticed that oftentimes there is additional work that needs to be done, or have you also found a lot of scenarios where the property is pretty much ready to go and we can just start the process?
What we found in our experience is we had a previous pricing model where we basically said, you know what, no matter what the property is, everything's included, and we found that disadvantaged clients who maybe didn't need everything that was included in that price.
Okay.
So with the new pricing structure that we have now, we basically want to give people options to only take what they need. We're really trying to create a way for people to meet the bylaws to actually get these homes built, and not everyone needs everything that we're offering.
No, that's awesome. That's I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that, because maybe not everybody needs certain services, as you mentioned, but then a lot of people, if it's bundled into the price, what can they do? So that's awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much, Jacob, for the interview. That was very informative. We learned a lot, and we love also the model home as well. If anybody wants to come and see the home in person, come down to the showroom here at MetroSuite and speak to Jacob. He'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And also, if you have any general questions about garden suites and how it can improve the utility of your home, then reach out to us here at Team Rana Realty, because we'd happy to talk to you about your options and help you understand how you can utilize your backyard to the best of its abilities.